Hello, what is up guys, welcome back to another video. Now, today's video is going to be quite a big one. Season 3 literally drops on Friday, and we have less than a week to experience more of Season 2. Now, today's video is going to be a conclusion for the Season 2 lore. And no, this doesn't mean I'm going to explain the whole of the Season 2 lore, it's just a conclusion. Now, you're probably saying now that the Season 2 lore was horrible, and I cannot disagree with you on that, it was not the best. But I did enjoy the build-up and a few of the characters. But remember guys, today's video is just a conclusion. It's not going to be me explaining the whole Season 2 lore. But to start this video, I'm actually gonna have to go back to last season just at the end. And let me repeat myself, I'm not explaining the whole of the Season 2 lore, I just need to go over a few key points. But again, we gotta go back to last season at the very end. So now the coordinates for the rift gate that Stellan was building has been corrupted, and that someone has been messing around with it. The coordinates of the reality that the rift gate was built for has been changed, but then like a week later, the rift gate got very unstable and destroyed itself. This led to there being a giant red rift crack in the sky. But the question is, what was behind this rift? And then came March the 10th, when we finally found out. Well, the location behind this rift was a Tokyo-looking city. Well, it wasn't a whole city, it was a biome, as temples and springs were rifted as well. The city was named Mega City, and it turns out that it was in danger. You see that the city was actually built by the syndicates. There are many syndicates from the same reality as Mega City, but for now we do not know where that reality is. But this season only focuses on 4 syndicates, and the main syndicate of this season being the Peace Syndicate. We were greeted with the Peace Syndicate once again when we logged in Season 2, and the main 2 members that are guiding us are Evie and Thunder. There are other members of the Peace Syndicate, but they're not relevant for this season. Now, the 2 of them gave us a tour of the Mega City and the whole biome itself. This is because all of the syndicates are from this place and we are not, so we haven't really been around the whole place. But also, aside from them giving us a tour, the 2 of them also informed us that Mega City is actually in danger. This is because a saboteur is starting to start a war between the syndicates. This is not good, as the syndicates all work together to build the city. And if there is violence involved in all of the syndicates, then basically Mega City and the whole of its biome is doomed. It also turns out that the saboteur works for the last reality, which is a faction we have faced many times before. And this saboteur also stole files from the Peace Syndicate about the last reality. Now, the saboteur is most likely believed to be this guy called Triarch Nox. We actually don't really know that much information about him. All we know is that he is embedded with the unseen, which I'll get more into later. He is a part of the last reality, and he is also wanted in Mega City. But now the Peace Syndicate has decided to go with a plan, and that plan is to reunite the syndicates to protect Mega City and stop it from the consequences of the last reality. And yes, this will be very hard to do. The day has come. It is now time for us to reunite the syndicates. But like I said, this will not be easy. The 2 syndicates we are trying to reunite now are the Fox Clan, who we have also come across many times in the past. And then the other syndicate that we are trying to reunite are the River Guard, who we were first introduced to this season. But on the downside, the relationship between the Fox Clan and the River Guard is not healthy, and the 2 of them have been through a couple of wars together. But there is something interesting, and that is that Stray, who is part of the Fox Clan, well, his big sister is Mizuki, who works for the River Guard. But Mizuki still being a good sister, and if anything happens to Stray, she will use her powers to retaliate. But now, going back to the plan. So Evie and Thunder instructed us to try and impress the Fox Clan. This was to earn their trust and to show them what we can actually do. Now, the Fox Clan seemed interested, but they were not sure yet. And then we tried to impress the River Guard, and that also worked as well. But we did need to secure a meeting between the River Guard and the Fox Clan because they still despise each other. And this meeting would be held in Thunder's very own sushi restaurant. And then after that, it was success. The Fox Clan and the River Guard are now fine with each other, but we do need to still get some more syndicates on our side until it's too late. But unfortunately for everyone, there is a distraction. Remember when I mentioned the unseen? Well, they are now rocking the streets of Mega City, causing a lot of chaos. One of the key members of the unseen is Dahlia. She is a robotic chaotic biohacker who works with her co-partner, Styx. The two of them have a goal, and that is literally to cause chaos in Mega City. Dahlia, Styx, and Nox are so good at this, they are even wanted by the Mega City authorities. But another member of the Unseen who is hiding in shadows is Highwire, and I'll actually talk about her later in this video, because she is rather important to the Fortnite lore. And something else that is important to the Fortnite lore right now is something that's been spreading for the last few months. Right here on the screen right now is the location of the 0 point, and ever since the termination of the Rift Gate, the 0 point had just randomly woken up. And it's also been acting up a little bit as well, because the 0 point had also been shaking the island, causing these cracks around the island. And alongside of those cracks, players have been experiencing these rumbles. And to make it even more suspicious, basically these cracks have been forming around the 0 point. And so the 0 point is up to something here. The syndicates ain't got that much time, so we need to get into phase 3, in which this heavily involves the 4th syndicate, who are the Luminaries. The Luminaries are a plant tech-based syndicate, and they are led by a very important character named Mystica. Believe it or not, Mystica actually has a very important story, and I actually made a video covering her story, so if you want to check it out, the link will be down in the description. But anyway, moving on. Basically, the Saboteur is now messing around with the Luminaries tech, in which the Luminaries have noticed this and they are not happy. And the Luminaries actually informed the Peace Syndicate about this, and the Peace Syndicate said that they'll try get it back, but only in one condition, and that is for the Luminaries to stand next to the syndicates in the face-off between them and the Saboteur. Now in the end, we did actually successfully manage to recover all of the tech, and the Luminaries were very happy about this, so they decided to send some gifts to the Peace Syndicate. And now we've got a 4th syndicate on the battlefield. Now you may think it's over, the syndicates are all reunited, but no, we need to find out some more about the Saboteur first. So the Luminaries gave us some tech to try and detect the Saboteur, and although we did not find out the exact identity of the Saboteur, but we did find out that he is embedded with the Unseen, which in all honesty we already knew. Then last of all, we had to talk to the leader of the Luminaries, who again is Mystica, and she is thinking on a plan to outsmart the Unseen. And phase 3 is kinda done, but there is a few more cracks going around the island. It is now time for the final phase, also known as phase 4. Well, the cracks have spread more, but something is coming out of them. Basically, these green swampy looking vines are coming out from the ground, and we all know these vines are heavily related to season 3. And so is anyone actually going to investigate in these vines? Well, the Luminaries are. And speaking of the Luminaries, there is actually a new member. Her name is Captain Hypatia, and as the Luminaries are a plant tech based syndicate, they may know a thing or two about these vines. Now the Luminaries did actually set camp in this location of the cracks, and they are investigating them right now, but Mystica did say that someone else is trying to study them as well, and I'm not going to get all into that now because we are not sure who it is yet. And so yeah, vines are coming out of the cracks, but what else is going on? Well, the NPCs around the island are actually starting to notice these cracks and earthquakes, but they seem to refer them as rumbles. And I did actually make a video about this, so a second link would be in the description down below for that video if you want to go check it out. But yeah, the NPCs are starting to notice. Now back to the syndicates. Everything seems to be going fine, but the Peace Syndicate are getting a bit stressed about the Unseen. The Unseen are causing a bit too much chaos in Mega City, and they do not know their payoff. But obviously the syndicates do. And now it's actually getting a bit obvious. It's quite suspicious that the Unseen are working with someone, and we know that the person the Unseen are working with is Triarch Nox. But again, the syndicates have not got much time, and we're gonna have to sneak into Unseen territories. Now for this mission, again we had help from the Luminaries, because we obviously need a disguise for sneaking in. And our disguise is an outfit of Tech Peely. So now we're gonna have to use this disguise to talk to specific members of the Unseen, either Highwire or Renzo. Now if you go up to Renzo in the disguise, he will say, "The army of the last reality cannot conquer Mega City." That's my thing. They'll pay for this, but who do you think I am? Renzo the innocent bystander? So Renzo does not like the Unseen working with the last reality. And if you go up to Highwire, she will say, "Somebody in the Unseen making moves behind my back. Tell the syndicates we're good. I need to talk to my quote-unquote friend, Dahlia." talk. So Renzo is just acting a bit jealous, and Highwire is just acting a bit suspicious. And us as a looper have manipulated Highwire to reveal how she's talking to the Saboteur. And to stop this communication, we need to destroy some signal jammers. So after we destroyed 2 out of 3 signal jammers, and then we've done it. All of the beacons have been lit. And then this is where we say goodbye to the syndicates. Well, actually, we just say goodbye to Evie and Thunder. And they even spoke about maybe making us a VIP in the Peace Syndicate. So yeah, we then said goodbye, and then that was it. The Fortnite Season 2 lore is over. But we do need to get into a couple of questions because Season 3 starts very soon. So there are 5 questions that I'm going to try and answer. And all of these questions are related to Season 2 and next season. So yeah, let's get into this. So the first question is about the key characters of this season, and I am talking about the syndicates. Because what will actually happen to the syndicates next season? And remember guys, what I'm all about to say is just a theory, and it's a theory for all of the 5 questions. So first we're going to talk about the Peace Syndicate. So like I said, we did say goodbye to them, but there is a character who is very much related to the Peace Syndicate. Their name is just X. And yeah, his name is a lot like the Peace Syndicate logo. So X is an unseen character, and no, he's not part of the unseen, he's just an unseen character. And X is the leader of the Peace Syndicate. X is the one who's been sending transmissions to Evie, like in Season 3, giving missions and orders to all Peace Syndicate members. And X and other members of the Peace Syndicate are very much known for saying the phrase, "keep the peace," which is honestly a pretty cool slogan. But now recently we did actually say goodbye to the Peace Syndicate, and they did actually make us a VIP as well. But what will actually happen to the Peace Syndicate? Well, I believe that their story will be put on pause. Well, it depends, because we literally just said bye to the Peace Syndicate, and it would just be very random just to say hi again next season. I know that the Peace Syndicate story is not over because we need to know who X is. And to be honest, I think it's the same for the Fox Clan and the River Guard, because I believe their story will also be put on pause as well. But I'm not sure about the Luminaries. They have been researching the vines for a while now, and I'm the only one who believe they know what it actually is. And these vines, without a doubt, have something to do with Season 3. And as the Luminaries are a syndicate heavily involved in nature, and I believe that the Luminaries could be leading us somewhere to Season 3's story. And they may be heavily related to it, but remember guys, that is just a theory. So now for my second question, and that is what will happen to the unseen? Just like the syndicates, the unseen are very important to Season 2. And to be honest, their characters are kind of the main villains. Now we do know something about the unseen, and that is that they will play a part in future, but we're not sure if they'll play a part next season. How do we know this? Well, some of the survey skins in the most recent batch, or some of the skins in it actually have relations to the unseen. And we can recognize this by the unseen logo. You see, on this skin, that's the logo. On this kit skin, you can also find the logo. And with this woman, you can find the logo on her necklace. So it definitely isn't over for the unseen yet. We are not sure if we're gonna know what happens to current members, for example, Renzo, Highwire, Styx, and Dahlia, because you never know, it may be the end of their stories or not. But now I'm on question 3, which is an important question, and it is, what will happen to Mega City? So it's without a doubt that Mega City is the most important POI of this season. It was built by the syndicates, and is also home to some very unique characters. This season's quest was literally about reuniting the syndicates to save Mega City as it was in danger. Danger from the forces of the unseen and the last reality, which I will get more into later in the video. But yeah, in the end, we did reunite the syndicates, and we are ready to fight for what's ever gonna come. But will Mega City be a POI next season? We know that Evie manipulated the coordinates for the Riftgate to bring this reality to the island, but could there be a way to rift it back? The Mega City POI on the island right now is just a part of Mega City, it's not the whole of Mega City, because the Mega City from Evie's homeworld is a lot more bigger. There may be a way that the vines underneath the island could get hold of Mega City and tear it to the ground, and there was actually files for volcanic rocks next season, and we know that this location is a dormant volcano, so it could get hold of the city as well. I don't really think it would make sense for Mega City to stay on the island because it needs to go back to its home reality. But enough of Mega City, we need to talk about question 4, which is what will happen to the 0 point? Well, we do know that the 0 point is getting unstable and it is causing all the cracks around the island. And the cracks are forming right around the 0 point, and the location of the 0 point is here on the screen right now. In the Season 3 teaser trailer, we did see the island cracking, and we did see it cause a massive divot, which is the jungle POI for next season. It is obvious of where the island was cracking was the location of the 0 point, and this temple building does look like it could be heavily related. But yeah, it is highly likely that the 0 point will play a part next season. So now for the final question, and that is, what will happen to the last reality? Again, the last reality are very much involved with this season, for example the Herald Tree being updated, Triarch Nox and Serenade. And we do know that the last reality do have relations with the unseen, so that makes them even more important. And so for this season, the last reality are a threat. And in all honesty, there has not really been a lot of updates about the last reality this season. Well, these strange pillars, which are known as monoliths, were added to the island, and these monoliths are heavily related to the character of Serenade, who has chrome powers and access to tranquil waters, which I also made a video on, so if you want to go check it out, it will be the third link in the description down below. But yeah, these monoliths actually have powers to chrome and tranquil waters. And with the last reality, we cannot forget to mention the character of Triarch Nox. Behind the scenes, he's been working with the unseen and is actually wanted in Mega City, like I said. And we're definitely going to hear more about this character in the future because he's a member of a triarchy, which is a group of 3 leaders, so we definitely have to hear more about this guy. And yes, Nox is important to this season, but we really don't know much about him. So maybe we could hear more about him next season, or maybe in the future of Chapter 4. And Mystica said that we are not the only ones searching these cracks, and there may actually be another faction who are very important to next season, but I doubt it's the last reality. There may be mentions of the last reality next season, but I only really think they'll be important on the last season, which is Season 4 of Chapter 4. But I don't know, that's just a theory. But yeah guys, I don't know what else there is to say. The syndicates united, and that was their only goal. And I do realise the lore this season was a bit slow, but to be honest, it was worth keeping up with it. And I can honestly not wait for next season's lore. But before I end this video, I just need to say a couple of things. This season I created a Discord server, and thank you to anyone who joined it. And a huge thank you to my Discord moderators. I do not know where I would be without you guys. And I don't know where I'll honestly be without any of you. For the last 2 years, you guys have literally pushed up my channel to the max. I never even thought I was gonna reach 1,000 subscribers, but it happened, and it was all thanks to you guys, because I just want to let everyone watching this video know that you guys are awesome, and I love you guys. I generally do not know where I would be without any of you. And also, I cannot end this video without mentioning Scales or Trecko. These 2 people have changed the face of my YouTube channel, and they were that caring. They helped me out with problems and even gave me some incredible video ideas that you all loved. And these 2 people do make some incredible videos. I will leave a link to their channel down below because you need to check them out. And us as a free has actually come up with some plans for the future, which we all know that you will love. And so again, don't forget to check out their channels because they are just incredibly cool. And I just want to say a huge thanks to them, but I also need to say a huge thanks to Nar as well. I have to say thank you to Nar for making my channel more deluxe, and it's honestly so organized, and just thank you very much. I will also leave a link for Nar's channel as well, so if you want to check that out, then the link will be down in the description below, because she does actually produce some amazing streams and some amazing videos. So again, do check her out. And just thank you to everyone for supporting me. Even though I lost a very caring family members, you guys still helped me along the way, and I just want to say a massive thank you to that. All of you deserve grace, love for the rest of your life. And guys, this is not the end. I will be back with more videos soon, well, next season, because I'm actually changing a lot of stuff to do in my channel soon. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and like as well. But just thank you to all of you. I'll see you all in Season 3. Goodbye.